We are live. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's doing like a countdown.
Perfect.
I don't know why it's doing a countdown. How do I get to the... Okay, I'll just wait for it to do its countdown. Let's see.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Cool. Yay! Hello, everyone. Welcome. We have some people joining us. If you're here via Twitter, X, or StreamYard, or YouTube, definitely feel free to say hi. If you're on YouTube, you can comment and leave some comments, and we'll be able to see them. I'm here today with Hell No. I'm going to just throw your Twitter in here for people who want to follow.
Yes.
So I'll post that. If you want to follow Hell No on Twitter, his Twitter handle is OXHellNo. And he is the founder of Vibes Engineering. So Hell No, we're so excited to have you today. I'll pass it over to you maybe to talk a little bit more about Vibes Engineering, what it is, what inspired you to build it, and what we'll do today.
Yeah, perfect. So if you check out my Twitter, I have basically 0 followers. I'm 2 years active on Farcaster, building a lot of stuff there. So that's where I'm coming from. And people always are surprised when they see I'm basically a noob on Twitter. So please follow me there. That helps me a lot. Yeah, I've been building on Farcaster for a while. And beginning of the year, I just saw all of these trends with vibe coding and mini apps kind of merging. And I thought, I want to build a mini app that can build mini apps, and that's basically still the concept for Vibes.engineering. It started with the name Frameception. It was too nerdy and too niche, but basically you can sit on your couch with the mini app and it generates mini apps for you. What I'll be showing today is more the desktop view, but all of it is usable as a mini app. But I think it's nicer in the stream to show it on the desktop view. I can present my screen and we can jump right in.
Let's do it. Go ahead and add your screen, and then I can add it to the stage.
Perfect.
Cool. Let me know whenever. Okay, I'm gonna add the screen to the stage if that works.
Can you see the slides?
Yes, I can see the slides. There we go.
Okay, we'll go over like 3 slides very quickly to bring everyone onto the same stage. I think there's a ton of mini app builders in the audience, so the first slide might be a bit boring, but the general mini app context and why I think it's super exciting is just much easier to bring people into crypto and have unique experiences that do anything on chain basically. And you post it in the feed as I'm showing here on the left side, or in a group chat, wherever you're posting this in the Farcaster ecosystem. Basically, you have this nice preview of whatever will happen inside the mini app, and then on the right side is just a full screen crypto native experience. The wallet is auto connected. It's, to me, the easiest experience for people to, in 2 or 3 clicks, to do something on chain. And yeah, it's basically an open field for us to explore. All mini apps are also just websites, at least on Vibes.engineering. So it's not limited to the Farcaster ecosystem. Now the base app is a Farcaster client, so all of the mini apps that we are generating, they're also compatible with base app, and they also just appear there. So more and more people are kind of accepting the mini app standard, and hopefully it will grow. Celo, obviously, Celo app is also compatible with the same standard. So that's why I think mini apps are exciting. And a small teaser of what's possible specifically with Vibes.engineering. There's a ton of beautiful handcrafted mini apps where people are writing code manually, and this is more the vibe coded view of what people are doing with Vibes.engineering. The first one is a simple donation app. The next one is one that shows NFT collections that are kind of flying through. If you see it live, it's just a very dynamic view of things that are happening on chain. There's games. My previous co-founder, he just built a Tetris game with 2 prompts, very simple. And one that I really like is a token burner. So if you have a bunch of small annoying tokens collecting, or also known as dust, in your wallet, and there's one where you can select a bunch of tokens that you don't no longer need, and with one transaction, that's kind of with the new standard, with one transactions you can burn all of them. So that's a quick selection of mini apps. We'll do in the live demo in a second. We'll do an NFT minting one on Cello. So it will be different than these 4, but that's generally kind of the space where mini apps are moving right now. And one more slide. That's a lot of text, but I just want to quickly show you with all of this text basically what Vibes.engineering does for you. And there's a ton of annoying things that you just have to do to get a mini app live. And most people do it on their desktop with Cursor or with Cloud Code in an environment that they might be used to working as an engineer, then it's easy. But if you're non-technical or if you're used to other tools, then it's kind of annoying. So you always need some project code or some code where the project lives. You need to host it. You have this manifest file to make it an actual mini app to register with Farcaster kind of. You need this feed preview image that I showed 2 slides before. It's also kind of important for people to discover it. Many people get stuck there. There's some notifications. There's making the whole thing responsive. There's components that you might have to re-implement, and Vibes basically crunches all of these steps into one. You will see it in a second. So all of this is taken away from you, and you don't need to worry about it. To be fully transparent, you can still locally vibe code projects that you might start with Vibes.engineering. You get a GitHub repository, and if you're technical or if you want to touch specific areas of the code and you might be faster if you do it locally, that's still possible. So the 2 approaches are like fully separated. I'm not hiding the code from you. I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible for you to not have to work with code. But the code is still there. You can still touch it.
That's awesome. So you have the flexibility to like get it all started, do everything you want with Vibes Engineering. But if you want to like dig into it, you can do that. And what I've even seen some people who maybe aren't as comfortable technically or coding wise do is when you have the code, you can then put it on GitHub and then create issues and then, ask friends, be like, hey, help me fix this, or I'm having these errors. And that's a great way to like get some coding assistance while you're vibing.
Yeah, so I've collaborated with my users on Vibes Engineering in exactly this way. So they have some problems, and to structure it in a nice way for me is just easier to work with issues and then say, hey, there's 3 different directions. I'm stuck on different things in each, and then we can tackle them together. So I'm also doing kind of tech support on these projects as well.
That's awesome.
So yeah, can confirm this is a good way to collaborate. We can jump right into the demo. If there's any questions or something to discuss before, we can also do that. Otherwise,
let's see, what's the website? I'm just going to put it vibes.engineering. I'll link it here for folks.
yes.
And then perfect. So if anyone wants to follow along, go to vibes.engineering. But yeah, let's jump into the demo. So excited.
Perfect. So this is the view that if you visit it at home, you can parallel vibe code. It will look exactly the same. You can just log in currently only with a Farcaster account because the whole experience is really Farcaster native, but we're actively working on expanding that. So yeah, let's jump right in. It's really easy. You click on the first kind of text input, and then you need to pick a starting point where you get guided right now through these templates where we're adding a lot more. But the main thing that people have been asking us to build repeatedly is a donation mini app or an NFT minting app. So if you already have an NFT contract, it's really easy to plug it in here. And if you want to receive donations on any chain in a specific token, in yeah, in whatever token that you want. That's also possible here. And of course, you can skip all of this and just start from scratch. We still have a nice starter template that guides you along through the product, but also gives you kind of all of the points that I discussed before are also kind of included in here, even if you start from scratch and you specifically want to make a game, want to make something different, you can also go here. Or if you want to suggest, this just leads you to my Farcaster profile or my DMs, you can just message me and I'll work on a new template for you. That's also possible. I've deployed a NFT contract on Celo, so I think we can take the NFT one. There's some simple name generation here. We can just Celo test NFT. It's not a great name, but we'll use it for now. And we also show you the domain that will be used here. Some people really want to have a specific one. So right now everything is hosted on Vercel, so that's why it's in this format. But it's really important for people to pick the name before, so that's why we have this step before we get started. And then you click continue and we're basically good to go. There's a small loading screen while we're crunching in the background. Now all of these steps that I just mentioned on the slide are basically running in the background. And now we're going back in time in the loading screen, but here we are. So this is the main interface of Vibes. It's a simple chat interface. Basically, we're trying to rebuild ChatGPT or look very similar. If you know V0, everything kind of happens in a chat these days. And you already have your starter message that says we want to build an NFT. And we already got the first questions back from the system, back from Vibes in, can you clarify some of these points? What's the maximum number of NFTs? Any specific pricing? Anything else that we should do, basically? And that's usually how you interact with the system, at least in the first setup flow. You dump everything that you have in your brain in there, and then Vibes will ask you some clarification questions to really make sure we're building what you want out of the experience. And we have the first confirmation message that the setup has been successful. And we currently don't have a preview because we need to answer these questions first. So what we need to do, because the system right now doesn't know the NFT contract address, and here, this is not really an endorsement. I just used ThirdWeb because I saw that they support Celo. So that's why we're here. But you can take any NFT contract, any token, whatever you want. It's compatible. Vibes will figure it out. This is just for the example. So we're using, this is the NFT contract live on Celo mainnet. This is the key information, and then we can answer the questions that we got here, but it's not really that important. So we're just saying, let users mint one NFT as default. No pricing details, and make it look sunrise beach vibey. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. And basically now in the background, it's a larger step, and I have a project prepared where we can kind of jump forward. But what happens now is it continues to go through the rest of the setup and generates the feed preview, registers the domain. So you have the manifest that registers it with Farcaster, so it looks nice in the feed. And yeah, this will take a while, and usually in these workshops it's kind of boring. So I have another project prepared where we basically have the same NFT. I gave the same NFT contract address here. And this is kind of the result that that you would expect is just a very basic NFT minting experience. It pulls in some components that we have prepared. So there's this mint button, there's this nice preview to actually show the NFT artwork. It also works if you have a video, if it's on a manifold. NFTs are kind of tricky to render. We invested some time to make this work as well. And it works cross-chain. Whatever is supported by Farcaster in these wallets is also supported here for the NFTs. And I think an interesting experience would be if we test this on Farcaster. But before that, a small teaser is that you have this preview mode here on the right side, and it's interactive, so you can click around and test if it works. But it doesn't have access to your wallet right now. So if you want to actually test the mint, you need to go to Farcaster, but you can already see here that it picked up that this NFT comes from ThirdWeb. It is supposed to mint just one, and the price is free. So that's how it usually looks like. You can also have a feed preview where it auto-generates. This looks very vibe coded. We might need to invest another prompt to make this look better, and the green color is a bit weird. But generally, it gives you from the minimum information that you paste in the chat. It tries to do the best that it can. And obviously here we can improve the feed preview. This is how it will look like in the feed. And you have some developer information. If you're technical, I also give you the tools here to go deeper, see the latest build, check some of the logs. But as you can see here in the chat view, you see no code, you see no build logs, no Next.js errors. So if you're non-technical, I hope you can succeed with this interface alone. If you're technical, there's obviously more product surface to get into. So yeah, the sharing, there's a large orange share button. So now it looks like this. It forwards you right to Farcaster, and you can you can post this. We can also update. We can also open the mini app from this view. And now this is an actual live preview how it looks like on Farcaster. You can see it's already registered with the Vibes.engineering. So we have it registered with the manifest file as an official mini app through Vibes.engineering. The ownership can be transferred to you if you want. We're doing that a lot with many users, but the default is you don't need to worry about it. It's here, and then you can click mint. You can connect the Farcaster wallet. Let's see if this works. I think this is my testing account, right? Maybe.
Always the scary part when you're vibe coding.
Yeah. No, but I tested it earlier. It's supposed to work, but maybe it's yeah. Now we're connected. Now we're recognizing that the network is wrong, and here we have some vibe coding error with the text readability. But basically now we can switch to Cello, and now we can mint. I'm not sure if I have gas.
I can send you some gas.
Let's see. I can also use it with my main account where I have some gas. So we can always go back here and kind of copy. This is the official link of the mini app now. And I can also just go into this. It looks the same. Same mini app. Let's see if we have gas. Again with the wallet connect. I'm wondering what it is.
Oh,
it doesn't come.
that error is because Cello's not on blockade or something quite yet. So that's like a
yeah, in the
simulation.
Yeah,
but that is just on the wallet. It has nothing to do with the app.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, but I'm wondering. Okay, I can maybe swap. Wait, let's do a live swap on the stream. It's gonna be fun. These are my Farcaster rewards that the developer account got. So now we're selling 5 USDC to. Okay, what do I need?
I would do
Celo ETH. No.
Oh yeah, that's on base. Let's do.
So I type ETH and then I need to find Celo.
It'd still be Celo. So we just have native Celo. So there's no ETH.
Oh right, sorry.
And then I guess it doesn't automatically pop up. That is weird.
I can select Celo here.
Celo. Yeah, if you select Celo, because we don't have native ETH on Celo.
Sorry.
Yeah, so it'd just be Celo right there.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yay.
Let's go. Swap completed. And now we go. Let's go back here. I'm wondering why it's not telling me that I don't have.
Yeah, well, you don't have the asset there. I think that would be in the wallet, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering, is it because it's native Celo and not native ETH and it's just.
Yeah, I'll look into that. Let's see. Connecting wallet.
Here we go, mint 1 NFT. Hey, here we go.
Yay.
It was just the wallet wasn't warning us. And here we go. Success. Live vibe coding success. Nice. Did it actually work? We need Celo scan, right?
Yeah, so we can Celo scan and then this address.
Here we go. We minted the NFT. Perfect. That's it. So yeah, that's the experience. Even if you're not into NFTs, if you just want to collect donations, if you want to show some nice visuals and just collect kind of cents for an experience, if you want to build a microtransaction game, if you have some content that you want people to pay for, and kind of have a paywall and your own custom mini app for that, that's also possible. So all of these things I really like because there's a lot of reach on Farcaster. If you build a simple mini app, it's quite easy to send it to people, to have people test it out and share it on the feed. And as you can see, if you open it, it's I think it's 3 clicks. It's not 2, but if you go into the wallet flow, then it actually works. I've also built in Dymo into one template where cool. You might not even need. I'm not sure if Dymo is like the cross-chain intent is supported on Celo.
It is supported on Celo. We went live with Dymo last week or 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So what we run in here with the swap that we had to do, it was kind of additional friction, but I talked to many people from many different chains, let's say, and people love the cross chain using Dymo as kind of an entry gate for people to have something on chain where they have USDC. Most common thing is on Base, and they can use it cross chain and mint this NFT with a simple interface, with the user not having to kind of understand what's happening really. With the swap that I did was already kind of too complicated for a non-technical user, and just guiding people in your mini app through this cross-chain stuff is also possible. The other template that I showed with the donations, it's using Dymo much more because you can just say, I want to receive Celo on Celo, and you will just get this natively, and people can select any meme coins, anything that they have lying around, and kind of donate to you, and you just receive the currency that you want. So it's more emphasized in the donation case. But now that I'm seeing this, people might not have Celo in their wallet. We can also integrate it here into the NFT example.
Yay. Wait, this is really cool. So for anyone who's just to like recap, so see how this NFT was on Celo. So the actual contract of the NFT was on Celo. So
yes,
currently, as you saw the whole flow, like Helmo needed to have Celo in his wallet to be able to purchase the NFT, which some people just don't have Celo like on their wallet. And so way to make the UX even better is with Dymo on top of it. What you can do is then you can still mint it, and it's like minting on Celo. So your address is still on Celo, but they're like paying with like USDC on Base or some other token. And so that's really, really cool feature that Dymo offers. So definitely recommend to include it in your UX. And it just makes it so you don't have to do that like swap thing before testing out an app.
So I have an example. This mini app is just a kind of a component registry, just everything that we're building in the background, kind of sharing it open source with everyone and making it as easy as possible to kind of copy paste or plug this in here, take this this npm command and install it in your project. And the example here, this already is using Dymo. So you see the interface is already different, but basically I can select any of the tokens that I have here, and you can already see that it's, for some reason I have noise token in this developer wallet, but this list can be cross-chain, can be anything, and you can just say, hey, I want to receive, I think this is even going to mainnet to Protocol Guild. So whatever you're trying to send to mainnet, you can come from any chain, and this obviously goes from Base to Celo, from Gnosis to Optimism, whatever combination you want, whatever is supported by Dymo here. This is also a very user-friendly interface, and you can see that it's automatically connecting my Farcaster wallet here. So they're trying really to make it as easy as possible, especially in mini apps, to do this. And if I select it here, now you see it just does the regular wallet pop up, and you can transfer tokens, but you can also mint NFTs or do contract calls. If you're technical, you can also kind of send this to a contract that you deployed and call a function with a certain value that you want to have. So this is a live Dymo example here. And yeah, it has some other, just to showcase, it has some other basic components where you might want to tell people after the successful mint, you want to tell them, hey, make it as easy as possible to share it and have a nice quote, and then share it onto the feed. So you have some viral loop with your mini app. I think it's really important. So to have a huge share button, I can highly recommend adding that. And yeah, a bunch of other components. We don't need to go through all of them, but here you can see the same the same NFT even, but also different styles of NFTs. Here you see an animation. You see some manifold examples, and here you even see a video that is more horizontal. These are all open source. Everyone can take them and yeah, include them in their mini app. Obviously, Vibes engineering is built on top of it. So if you're just prompting, hey, I want to mint an NFT, this is what we're using in the background. If you're saying, I want to have a nice share button after the NFT was minted, it's also using these components. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Do you have any more questions? Do you have any questions from the audience?
Yeah, one question from the audience is, what is the link of the mini app that you built? If you want to share it in. And then
the actual of this one?
Yeah, I think so. I think someone wanted to see it.
I will go into StreamYard. Will it explode? No, it's gonna be fine.
Let's see. Oh yeah, you can just post it. I'll send it from there.
I'll also post it on my Farcaster.
Huge.
Let's take a screenshot.
Yeah, and then for anyone, so I know lots of our builders are part of Proof of Ship, which is our monthly builder program where you can actually claim your Celo builder rewards each month on celo.builderscore.xyz, and you can actually get rewards straight into your Barcaster wallet, which is pretty cool. But for anyone who is part of that program and wants to create their app using Vibes Engineering, you can just submit your mini app that you've done. And then the important piece is that you also submit the contract address that's actually doing something on Celo, because that's how we track your on-chain impact. So for example, if you're Hell No and this is the app that you created, you could just put your NFT contract that you made. So copy that address right there. And then when you're creating your profile for Proof of Ship, your project profile, just add in that NFT contract address. And then if anyone, you can pay on use Dymo or use anything. So people like do something with your NFT, go market it, go get people to do stuff with your NFT. And the transactions that you generate will actually directly impact your Celo builder rewards that you can claim at the end of the month. So this is a really cool way to just like quickly spin up your first app, even if you've never coded before, and start claiming some builder rewards.
Hell yeah. So I can really recommend the ThirdWeb. I didn't use it much before this, but it was very easy to deploy something on Celo. And there was some confusion. That's why I'm saying it on which contract I should use. And I found this like open edition ERC 721. You'll probably find it on ThirdWeb. That was one of the easiest ones. You can set a price, you can make it free, and then let people just mint because they have a huge selection of contracts available. So you can play around with all of these, but if you want to kind of recreate as a first step this example that we just did, this open edition NFT contract is I can highly recommend.
No, that's a great point. So just to recap for that tech stack. Also, if anyone's watching this like later on and wants to figure out like, okay, how to get involved, here's like a good tech stack. So you go to ThirdWeb and you go to this like contracts and you can see all the different types of contracts, or I think they have an explore page and you can see all the different contracts that you can easily create with like no code. So they have, like launch a coin, an ERC20 and ERC 721, this marketplace, NFT drop, all of this cool stuff. And all of these contracts you can no code deploy. You can just click on it, add in the information, and then click deploy contract. And you'll literally get so exactly like this, you'll have all of this information. And then from it, you'll get an actual contract address that you can like open up on Celoscan, see what it's like. It's pretty cool. Then you can go to vibes.engineering and create your app and then actually give them that contract address like you did here. So you like you're building out your app and then you're doing like an NFT minter and you actually gave it the NFT that you wanted it to have. So as you see, like this is the NFT contract on Celo mainnet. And then you give it that prompt of like, we want users to do X, Y, and Z with it. And then it creates your app. And then on top of that, if you want, you can also add in Dymo. And I know we have Gianluca here. He just commented. So directly from Dymo. So hey, Gianluca. And then so you can use Dymo on top of it. So then anyone can pay with whatever tokens they have in their wallet, no matter what network it's on. And you can still mint your NFT on Celo, even if they're paying from another network. And that just makes the UX really, really nice for the end user because they don't need to like reswap and make sure they have the right stuff in their wallet in order to pay. So it's just really, really good for UX. And that's kind of what it looks like. And then finally, the last step is take that whole project, take your contract address, and then create a profile for Proof of Ship. And I'll send some information over. And then you can start claiming Celo builder rewards every single month. So that's another way that you can instantly take 10 minutes of your day and you'll instantly start earning money on chain from being a builder. So here's,
Nice.
if you want to learn more about proof of ship, go check out cellopg.eco/programs/proof of ship, and you can get an exact step-by-step on how to join.
Here we go. This is how it looks like?
Yep, exactly.
Perfect.
So you'll create a project profile. It'll be really cool. Awesome.
Very nice.
Well, so I think this is all, but again, if you want to go check out Vibes Engineering, go check him out. And then if you have a Farcaster account, go check out helmno.eth on Farcaster. You'll see all of the cool stuff you're vibe coding, assuming any updates to Vibes Engineering, as it's all of this fun stuff. But super honored to have you today. I genuinely think this is like one of the coolest ways to fastest ways, especially if you don't have like that technical background, or you want to build a mini app and you want to do something on chain. Building on chain mini apps, I haven't seen great tools yet for doing that. And so this is my opinion, my favorite vibe code tool to doing something on chain via a mini app. So again, so excited to have you.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. So that's really the focus. So there's V0, there's a bunch of other tools that people just know, and they're really broad, but we're just really focused on making people succeed on Farcaster with mini apps that actually do something on chain and can be any of these chains. Luckily now, in the beginning, it was very base focused. So now I'm really happy that Celo and everyone is also there to kind of bring more value to everyone instead of just really niching down on something. So we're focused on mini apps, and we didn't get into it much, but there is a path to just take the repo from GitHub and jump into the code manually if you're technical, if you have a setup that locally works for you. It's quite easy to make it work, but this was really just you're sitting on your couch with your laptop, with your phone, and you want to build something that's actually
crazy. You can launch a mini app from your phone, an on-chain mini app from your phone. Crazy. Yes. So exciting. Well, awesome. It was so great having you here, and
thank you.
I'm excited to see any new templates that come on Vibes Engineering that people can start using and deploying. I know these are just the early days, so that's what I always tell vibe coders is like, as much as like it's not perfect yet, but this is the worst that it will ever be, which is kind of crazy, right? If you think about it.
This is true.
So yeah, this is just so exciting.
So one benefit of Vibes Engineering is also that we're testing all of these new models, and if a new model comes out and it makes sense, it's actually improving how we work with on-chain data, how we work with all of the kind of mobile responsive design. We're just swapping it out, and you might get a cast from me announcing it, but otherwise you don't know about it, and you don't need to worry about it. It's all included kind of in the package, so you can just keep prompting, and we'll take care of making it better and better for you, improving the templates, making the design nicer. Some of the stuff still looks very vibe coded. That's just what it is, but we're making it so that it's getting less and less kind of boilerplate generic and more unique, and how you actually want to express yourself. So we're also working on this, and it's getting better every day.
Getting better every day. This is so exciting. Well, thanks again for being here, having us. And if people have questions, I'll have them DM you on Farcaster. I think that's the best way to reach you, right?
Twitter also works, but Farcaster is probably the fastest.
Yay, super cool. And so, again, so excited to have you, and so excited to get our builders to start using Vibes Engineering to launch some mini apps.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Talk soon. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.